Y'all, welcome back to Divinely Feminine. So, I was sitting here and I was thinking about growing up, being a late bloomer, right? You really do need friends. And the reason why you need friends is because you need to know how to navigate certain situations that you are not going to necessarily experience on your own, meaning that since you're a late bloomer, you're already a very cautious person and you would not necessarily put yourself in situations or experiences that push you outside of your comfort zone. Like late bloomers do have an extreme discernment, you know, but what they excuse me, what they lack is the actual usage of their discernment once they get out there, because once they get out there, what ends up happening is that the unexperienced part of them gets very curious. So their discernment will fall by the wayside because they're intrigued and they're curious about what is actually happening, what's going on. So I'm speaking from personal experience because I have or had a lot of discernment. I have a discernment still, but uh, I was a late bloomer and I had my own place and everything, but I was still so put up. Like, I was put up to the point to where the only thing I did was work and come back home. So, um, and I had my guy friends and my my mom and who else? Just family members, but I was still to myself even with family and stuff or whatever. Like I was always to myself, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that like I was a late bloomer and I only had like two or three like guy friends, like ones that I felt like weren't actual fuck boys and telling me things, but the most of them they had their own fuck boy type of energy and stuff or whatever, but the ones that actually friend zone is the ones that were, um, to give me advice. But the advice didn't help because I wasn't actually out there doing any damn thing. So it was just me finding out on my own, and I had to have the experience on my own. I never had like female friends, and the female friends that I did have were kind of like on the, I don't know, like they're they had children. I didn't have children, and like they were experiencing their own way, but they were like I can't explain it. Like they had this false sense of security, or like they had this false sense of like um confidence when they really weren't the whole entire time. Um, they just had children and guys that dealt with them based on their level, okay, of what they were choosing. Um, like dating wise and stuff, I didn't date anybody. I've had like two or three like people that I've actually been like serious, and not in the serious way that you would think. Like I only had one actual relationship in my life. The second relationship I had, uh, the guy he cried a lot. And he said that I was mean because I was just straightforward and I couldn't figure out what would cause him to think that I was mean in any way and why he cried so much around me. And I felt bad, but then I didn't because I was just like I can't not be myself. I don't know how to not be myself. So, that was bad, and I had to like end the relationship based on him thinking I was supposed to have gave him some vagina within the 6 months that we were dating. And That was fucking crazy to me. I couldn't believe that that was what he thought. But I still had a recording of him years later. It was so crazy. I was like, I thought I deleted this mess, and I never showed anybody the video or nothing like that, because I'm not one of those type of people where I embarrass people. If I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with you. If you ever tell me something, I just fucking take, I take, all of your secrets to the grave. So don't look to me to, um, be telling nobody's secret or telling your secrets or anything. But yeah, like that was just that. But um, like I said, you know, I had to break it up with him because he was really demanding about me giving him something that was mine, and I'm just like, I don't have to give you that shit. Like, that's mine. I don't know what you want from me, but that's mine. um but anyway, I'm not gonna about to be exposing this dude, but let me just say it was not worth, the time or whatever, because I was just like, okay, well, prove your point. Like, you get it and then what? Like, you get it and then what? Like, what is this here? So that wasn't worth the time. But what I'm trying to say here is, like, I had to have my experiences with my life, and um, I didn't have like friends to tell me, friends that were like actually doing something with their life. I was the only one that was ever like in my mind thinking I have to do something with my life. Like, something has to fucking change, or I'm gonna end up like the people that's around me. That was the reason why I didn't hang out with people and stuff or whatever. I rarely let people in my house. And then when I did, I was the one that was always like so giving and, caring and cooking and all that type of stuff. And that kind of like spilled over into um, why I became a people pleaser as a healer. This is the reason why I stay away from people too, because I'm a healer. And when I get in people's energy, I can sense everything that's happening with them. And I feel like it's my job to uh, pretty much like nurse them and nurture them in some form of way. And it's not, healers don't have like this God complex like people, think or anything like that. Like, when you're really in tune with yourself, uh, you can just feel what is not yours. And believe it or not, a lot of healers are people that have been to themselves for a very long time, or either neglected in some form of way. And this is not like a pity party type of thing. A healer is a person that has to learn how to heal themselves. So this is the reason why, um, you know, they're by themselves. It's not like it's a badge of honor or something to be by yourself, or, to be in this victim energy. People label healers as victims, you know? But yeah, like I said, this is this is just me speaking to you guys, because I was just thinking, I was like, God, like, I see all of these videos of these women and also these men that are coming out, and they're like giving all of the information, and I'm like, where the fuck was these people at when I needed, this advice and stuff? Like, where were they at? You know, like, I wasn't around any of these type of people. Like, I was around fucking losers. And I can say that bold. I didn't call them that then, but when people start to like reflect on you after they get a level of care from you or sympathy from you, and their life starts to pick up in some form of way that it never picked up before, these fuckers will call you a fucking loser. And you be thinking to yourself, like, have you lost your mind, bro? Like, or I don't even like saying brosis. I don't talk in those terms at all. Like, I'm very much a person to call you your damn name, and that is it. But yeah, I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like, are you serious here? And I watch people play the fuck out of themselves with me. And that's okay. I accept people for who they need to be. If that's who you figure you need to be, that's who you need to be. But don't be surprised when I move accordingly, is all I'm saying. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Like, you're adjusting it, I'm gonna adjust with you. This is that type of energy. You're adjusting, and I'm gonna adjust. What do people figure? I don't know. I don't know what people figure here, but yeah, like, you know, I was just like I said, I was just wondering, like, where the fuck are these people? Where were they at? Maybe I would have experienced, you know, my bun is coming out. Oh, I took all this time to put my hair back. And Lord have mercy, I didn't gel it or anything. I just tried to put it back. Um, and then this is off topic. This is not a blog or anything for that. I'm just talking to you guys about this. But yeah, like, that was my thoughts. Like, this is what I'm thinking about, because I'm just like, I could have really not, have experienced a lot of shit that I experienced, but um, a life of a healer, this is what you experience. Like, you have to experience these things, and I don't proclaim myself as to be a healer. This has just been me from the start. Like, I didn't like um diagnose myself or any fucking thing like that. This is like, everybody that has come around me in some form of way, they've had something going on in their life, and I have been that direct person that somehow our paths just cross, and we end up, or I end up, having to service them in some form of way or help them with something. Um, but yeah, being a late bloomer is just, I mean, it's a good thing. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing if you know, the way you look at it. But the way that I'm looking at it is just that, damn, like, I could have avoided a lot of things, but here I am, and that's okay that I did have to experience those things. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. I just feel like, you guys, any late bloomers that are out there, or people that stay to themselves, that are very inexperienced in life, you are a fucking green bean. And I just want to tell you that to your face, that you are, because I was too. I don't give a damn about your discernment when you actually get out there and start um experiencing the world, because you're gonna have that push one day where you're gonna be like, oh, I'm very curious about this, or you're gonna have some freaking free spirit that come reckless free spirit that comes into your life, that's going to give you this invigorating feeling, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is fucking exciting. I have to figure out, what this journey is about. Like, you know like, I want to spend more time with this person, and then they turn your life upside down, and then you end up just going down the rabbit hole, spiraling into certain events and experiences, and it's going to be epic, but it's going to be one hell of a, experience, and a lesson for you. It really is. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would have liked to did this video. This is a live, but I turned the lives off because it just be so many, weird characters that be jumping in and out of the, you know, the live. I don't have no tolerance for people that are just all over the fucking place, and they cannot just be in one area and mind their own goddamn business. Everybody's just everywhere all over the damn internet at this moment, just hopping to just be in everybody's fucking business. So yeah, it's a lot. But in the comment section, you guys tell me what your thoughts are. I want to invoke the actual conversation with you guys about this. But anyway, bye guys.